Donut making is simple, but the entire baking process can be complicated when missed the real baking tips. And for this obvious reason, this video tutorial is created to walk you through the entire baking process as it unveils the fundamental tips and guidelines needed to become a donut baking professional irrespective of your experience. And so, keep watching. Hello, it's Chinedo Vincent from salpesfoodblog.com, and we teach you how to make pastries, snacks, and lunch packs. Subscribe for more valuable food contents ahead. I will be introducing the ingredient for this donut recipe as you bake along with me. And to begin, reconstitute 2 tablespoons of instant filled milk powder with a cup of warm water in your bowl. And my cup of water is a measure of 160 ml. Please take note. For the sake of this tutorial, I am using filled milk powder, but any other form of milk like full cream milk, sweetened condensed milk, or other milks except skimmed milk is suitable for this donut. And if you're using a liquid milk, please ensure that it does not exceed 160 ml as recommended in our recipe. And if you observe, I added 3 tablespoons of sugar into this mixture if you were watching closely. Then incorporate your egg and whisk to combine. We want this recipe nice and simple, so we won't be using any form of flavoring. Just a 1/4 teaspoon of salt will do, and I measure that using the flat tip of my tablespoon. We have added all the ingredients, and now that everything is properly and nicely combined, it is time to introduce our flour into our liquid mix. And to do that, measure 2 cups amounting to 250 grams of flour into your mix. And this will give us 5 big uniform size of donuts suitable to serve your guests honorably. And please serve with a chilled drink, a Otago. And let me say that I should have added yeast before now, but cause I'm still suspecting the temperature of my liquid mix, I will do that later on after diluting with the flour. So let us go ahead and convert the flour mix into a dough using the spatula. And now that we're mixing, I think it would be nice to use this medium to share 3 basic tips that helps you to become a donut baking professional in case you are not one. Before that, subscribe. Please like and share this video. Be generous with my content so that others can learn as well. And hey, let us add the yeast first before I get carried away with my baking stories. And I added just a 1/2 tablespoon of yeast, and I think it's one of the lowest yeast donut recipe, and I will tell you the reasons for the low yeast content of this donut later on in this video. But before then, welcome back to my tips. And please, while making your donut, always pay attention to your yeast. Number 2, your baking temperature, and finally, your liquid content. And as for your yeast, It should be new and active in order to function properly in the rising process of your donut. The quantity of the yeast added also affects the entire property of your donut. And in order to solve this problem in a nutshell, I recommend you go for a recipe. And back to the production, I sprinkle a little flour for a firmer consistency, and you can do so as well if necessary. I also added a full tablespoon of margarine into a pot, and it's melting right now at medium heat even as we speak. And to our tip number 2, which is the temperature. Temperature and yeast work hand in hand. This is because yeast, which is the principal rising agent of your donuts, has an optimum temperature at which it functions best. And it is strongly recommended you work within this temperature range throughout this baking time. And it is 25 to 27 degrees Celsius for dough temperature and 35 to 37 degrees centigrade for proofing temperature. Proofing means rising. Before the tips number 3, let's do the needful first. Incorporate your melted margarine into the dough mixture. This will contribute greatly to a yellow donut color, rich appearance and taste, and also offer a greasing effect to your mixing process. And to our liquid content mixture, which is our tip number 3, when the liquid content of your donut is too high, it soaks oil, and if too low, it becomes strong and less yummy. And for the remedy, I still recommend a recipe while you monitor the entire process with your common sense. Although common sense, they say, it's not common, but I wish you wisdom. And now that we've completely turned our mix into a smooth dough, come on, sprinkle some flour into your table and transfer your dough. You can give it a quick massage, or better still, use your rolling pin to knead just to activate the gluten content of the dough. And after a few minutes of kneading, then transfer into your bowl and get ready for the proving process. By proving, here we mean the fermentation process or the rising process. So go ahead and cover the dough with an airproof fin in order to create a condition necessary for optimum yeast activity. And this process took me 45 minutes in general. Wow, you can see the dough has risen to a greater extent. So I will go ahead and mix with my spatula and to break down all the air bubbles that is present as a result of the yeast activity. And after the quick massage, quickly cut into 5 different parts because we are making 5 donuts from these 250 gram of flour. Then roll into a ball shape for each of them, and please ensure smooth rolling if you want to make a smooth donut. Then give the dough about 20 minutes to rise the second time. You can do that in either open or closed condition. And once risen, you can cut into desirable shape. We are cutting into round shape. And one thing that people normally do is they usually cut into shape before they rise. If you have been doing so, please try this new method. Allow your already shaped dough to rise before you insert your tool at the middle and cut off that middle part. By so doing, your donut comes out so round and so smooth, like it makes whole lot of sense, and it will also give you a great professional look. You may not notice it now, but when we fry it, you will then understand what I mean. And during frying, I love turning and frying method. And by so doing, I achieve a uniform color all around my donuts. So, and please mind your heat while frying. When your heat is too high, please turn or reduce the heat, and when too low, please increase. Monitor your heat because it determines to a greater extent the outcome of your final product. And once brown color is achieved on the crust, please take it out and allow to cool. Wow, this donut is rich personified and it's very weighty, courtesy to our low yeast content added during the making process. You can see it has a round ball shape and attractive brown look. Well done on the inside, very soft and tasty as well. You can see it, you can see the softness. Look at it, you can see it. Oh my goodness, this is nice. This is just a professional donut. Subscribe. Please give this video a thumbs up, a like if you've not done so. You can follow us on all our social media handle and visit us on our website at salpestfoodblog.com. Until I come your way, thank you for watching. Bye bye.